Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to another video where today I'm going to be doing my predictions for the upcoming 2022-23 Northern Premier League West Division season. This video will also be followed by a predictions video for the Northern Premier League Premier Division, probably tomorrow after this video goes out, so do look out for that as well. I don't think I'm going to be doing the East and the Midlands Division or any Southern divisions at sort of Step 7, Step 8. Same reason that I didn't do a National League South video, as I'm just not that clued up on Southern football, unfortunately, not enough to make any predictions about those leagues. So yeah, also this video is just a bit of fun, as with the other videos, so if I predict your team to have a bad season, do remember it's nothing personal against your team. By all means tell me I'm wrong in the comments, but sort of keep it respectful, guys. It is just a bit of fun. They're predictions just sort of based on my gut feeling and things I've read and transfers and things like that. So with that in mind, let's get on with the video and with the predictions for the Northern Premier League West Division. Okay, so starting at the bottom of the division and working our way up, in 20th position, I'm going to predict Newcastle Town. Unfortunately, one team does have to finish bottom of the table, you know, two teams do have to get relegated, and yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to predict it to be Newcastle Town this time out. So this is purely based on the fact that last season Newcastle Town finished 16th. And with the league this season being stronger than ever, you know, with a load of really strong teams getting promoted into the division and coming down into the division, I think they will be the ones that fall through the trapdoor this time around, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to predict Newcastle Town to finish in last place. Next up, in 19th, the second team to be relegated this season, I think, is going to be Glossop North End. Again, they finished last season just above the relegation places and second bottom in the form table as well from those last 6 games. I think Glossop will probably carry that into this season, and unfortunately for the Hillmen, I can also see them going down. In 18th place, we've got Ramsbottom United. Ramsbottom are a club that have sort of stagnated a lot in recent seasons after they were regularly challenging near the top end of the table, at least sort of 5 or so years ago. But I think Rammy could be in for a bit of a difficult year this year, especially if they don't get the recruitment right, but crucially I think they will just avoid the drop this time round. In 17th place we've got Kidsgrove Athletic, ending last season dead on mid-table. Kidsgrove are a difficult team to place in this list, I think. However, due to the strength of the league for the upcoming season, I think they may just take a step backwards this campaign, but will survive sort of comfortably. In 16th place, we have Skelmersdale United. Being one of the promoted sides from the Northwest Counties, I think it's sort of difficult to judge how Skem will perform this season. I think they'll sort of finish in that lower mid-table bracket, and I do think they'll be comfortable in terms of surviving relegation, especially if they can manage to keep a hold of some of the players that helped them get promoted last season, including the Northwest Counties Player of the Year, Elliot Morris. However, they have already lost Northwest Counties Golden Boot winner Michael Howard to Warrington Town, so this might prove difficult. In 15th, it's City of Liverpool FC. Last season was an impressive one for the Perps, where they finished 9th in their first fully completed season in the Northern Premier League. While I don't think they'll do that well this season with the strength of the league overall, there's plenty of reasons to be positive for Perps fans. They're moving back to the Berry Street Garage Stadium, where the club originally played and managed to win a treble in their inaugural season. This comes after a season of playing at the home of Vauxhall Motors FC. Being back on home turf, as well as plenty of additions throughout the squad, including more firepower up front, which is where they struggled last season, means the Perps have plenty to be cheerful for the upcoming campaign. As I said before, with the overall strength of the league this season, they may just take a step back in league position. However, that doesn't mean the overall project isn't still trending in the right direction. In 14th, we have Prescott Cables. Avoiding relegation last season by the skin of their teeth, despite finishing the season strongly under the management of Kevin Lynch, I think it'll be a little bit more plain sailing for Cables this time out, especially with the raft of additions they've made in the summer as well. A comfortable 14th for me. In 13th, we've got Colne. Appointing Phil Brown as manager is a great move by Colne, as he was the one to really kickstart Clitheroe's rise up the table a few years ago under his stewardship. Owen Watkinson is also a great player at this level and will score goals. They've also got the likes of Craig Carney, Paul Dugdale and Charlie Russell, who Brownie really knows how to get the best out of. I think Colne will put their struggles from last season behind them and have a comfortable mid-table finish this time out. In 12th we have Widnes. Securing the long-term future of manager David Dempsey on a deal until 2024 could be a masterstroke by Widnes ahead of the new season. Having guided the club from the relegation places to a comfortable mid-table finish after his appointment in September, under Dempsey's watch, this Widnes side could be a real dark horse next season. In 11th we have 1874 Northwich. A 12th place finish last time out represented a strong showing in their inaugural season in the division, and I back 1874 to go one better this campaign. They're a club I'm extremely fond of, and their passionate fan-owned model is one that I think will bring them plenty of success in the near future. In 10th we have Moseley. A team who were in the playoffs for the majority of the season, and at one point even flirting with automatic promotion, it was disappointing to see Moseley fall away in the end and finish 8th. I think that disappointment may carry into this season and see them stagnate slightly. In 9th place it's Trafford. Despite finishing the season awfully last time out with just 2 points from their last 6 games, Trafford are a team that are always there or thereabouts when it comes to being near the playoffs, so a 9th place finish is probably a safe bet. In 8th spot it's my team Clitheroe. With Clitheroe being my hometown team, it's difficult for bias not to creep into this prediction, but ending last season on a great run of form, it's hard to see them not carrying that into the upcoming season. Goals are all but guaranteed, with both club captains Sefton Gonzalez and Max Kane remaining under contract for next season, as well as the addition of Reece Webb-Foster. If Clitheroe can keep the bulk of the squad together that helped them finish last season so strongly, along with the new additions they've made, I'm sure they'll be a strong side next season. The Blues are a club on the up with excellent facilities, strong backing from the board, and a passionate and ever-growing fan base. I don't think it'll be long before they make their way up and out of this league. In 7th we've got Runcorn Linnets. After the heartbreak of losing the playoff final to Marine last season, I think Linnets might find it difficult to go again, hence why I'm predicting them to drop off slightly and finish just outside the playoffs. However, the appointment of former Matlock Town assistant manager David Wild as first-team boss could be a shrewd one. Couple this with the addition of former Macclesfield midfielder Sidi Sonogo, and don't be surprised if Linnets prove me wrong and actually make the playoffs again this season. In 6th we have Bootle. Despite a rocky start last season, the Bucks finished very strong in 7th, just missing out on the playoffs. If they can avoid the early season turbulence this time around, then I see no reason why they can't push for playoffs again. The club certainly have the fan base and facilities worthy of it. In 5th we have Leek Town. Consistently near the top of the East Division, before they were placed in the West Division last season, Leek enjoyed a great time of it last time out, finishing 3rd, losing 4-1 to Runcorn Linnets in the playoff semi-finals. If they can keep hold of some of their key men, namely Ollie Harrison, Billy Reeves, Will Saxon and Dan Trickett-Smith, then I think they can expect to be right up there again this season. In 4th I've got Hanley Town. The second of 3 promoted teams in the division for the upcoming season, to most Hanley Town would be a difficult one to judge, having come up as champions from the Midland Premier League. However, if the reports I've heard are true, they're willing to throw a lot of money at the cause next season, so don't be surprised to see them up there in the playoffs come April. In 3rd we have Witton Albion. The only side in the league that was relegated from the division above, Witton Albion will be desperate for an immediate return to the Premier Division. I think they'll make a good fist of it as well, having made a raft of strong signings early on to mark their intent. Ultimately though, if they're going to go back up, I think it'll have to be via the playoffs. In 2nd we've got Workington. Since their relegation from the Premier Division in 2018-19, Workington have been painfully unlucky not to be promoted. From having 2 seasons where they looked to be favourites cancelled due to COVID, to losing the league title on the final day last season, then missing out on the playoff final due to a 97th minute equaliser, and going on to lose 3-2 in extra time to eventual winners Marine, it's fair to say Workington fans haven't had an easy time of it in recent years. Unfortunately though, I think they'll have to settle for playoffs again this season due to the team up next. And finally, in top spot, you guessed it, it's Macclesfield FC. Probably the most obvious prediction in the list, I'm going for Macclesfield FC to win the league. There's no sugarcoating it really. Macclesfield FC will have one of, if not the biggest budgets in the league next season, and by far and away the most talented squad on paper. The likes of Neil Dans, Mark Duffy and James Berry, just to name a few, are all far too good for this league, and the additions of Zeki Friars, Neil Kengi, Trey Pemberton and Alex Curran amongst others, as well as highly rated Liverpool youth goalkeeper Marcelo Pitaluga, will only add to their strength and depth. Even if somehow the Silkmen start slowly, they won't be afraid to strengthen further throughout the season, until they find a winning formula. And with 4,500 fans roaring them on each week, I think you'd be an idiot to predict anyone other than Macclesfield to win the league. So guys, there you have it. Those were my predictions for the upcoming 2022-23 Northern Premier League West Division season. Please do let me know down in the comments what you thought of those predictions, whether you think I'm going to get them right or whether you think I'm going to get them terribly wrong. And also, if you do support a team in this league, please do let me know down in the comments as well how you think my prediction will fare for your team, and leave your prediction for your team as well down in the comments below. It's always interesting to see that. And also, if you are going to leave a comment, like I said at the start of the video, please do bear in mind that this is just a bit of fun. They are just my opinions, so yeah, bear that in mind if you are going to leave a comment. But if you guys did enjoy the video, do not forget to leave a like, and also subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss an upload, especially because the Northern Premier League Premier Division video will follow this one in about a day or two, so keep an eye out for that, you won't want to miss it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.